Is Caleb Plant who you want next?
That's the plan. That's the plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend.
Electrifying. A word that springs to mind in boxing when the best finally meet the best. And that's why a collision on November the 6th between two men at a very pinnacle of their division with two entirely different motives altogether makes for one incredible experience.
And this is the fight that I want. I want to become undisputed. I've been saying that for a long time.
Viva Mexico, cabrones!
This time around, it's the turn of another undefeated fighter to set foot onto the Mexican's footpath of fire, as Caleb Plant vows to go against the grain and defeat Saul Canelo Alvarez in a spine-chilling showdown. So sit tight, fasten those seatbelts, as we go on a high-speed pursuit into the depths of another undisputed blockbuster, Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant.
Grinding all my life. Downstairs to the body. It just looks so much more powerful. He's that digging body. He heard a solid right hand upstairs.
That is a one-hitter quitter. That is a cold one-punch knockout.
In recent affairs, Canelo's path over the past few years to face and replace the best has been just shy of greatness.
Yes, it was. Sweat fly. Right hand from Canelo. Chavez eating it.
Top challengers and champions such as Golovkin,
Golovkin, you are next, my friend.
Kovalev, and Jacobs have all tasted the bitterness of the Mexican's leather. And to add to that list, where the Americans and Europeans have failed to eliminate the task at hand, the Brits decided to make their own respectable effort too. Starting with WBA and Ring Magazine champion Callum Smith.
You figured that would favor the 6'3" fighter in the ring and not the 5'8" fighter.
Devastated, listen, I never wanted to lose. Listen, he was good tonight, fair play to him. Saw arm, get it in the minute, but listen, no excuses, he is very good.
What this out? You've not seen nobody with this out.
Thank you.
No sick.
Not about fame, not about anything else, not about publicity, win. And I don't think we've had somebody come to win for a very, very long time.
And if he isn't knocking down opponents in one-sided fashion, he's making record-breaking appearances just like in his latest fight against Billy Joe Saunders that seated an astonishing 73,000 fans at the TNT Stadium. An bout where many had said in the build-up that Saunders had the style to trouble Canelo. It wasn't until on the night that he proved he had leveled up since his last few outings against Southpaws. With Saunders showing cautiousness and less speed than usual, Alvarez forced his way into the fight, landing heavy shots breaking down the Brit to eventually land a crunching uppercut to the eye socket that ended the fight prematurely.
66, Canelo. He's only 2 rounds off. The right eye of Saunders is swelling up. Canelo rallying his troops here at AT&T Stadium. Canelo acting like he's already knocked him out. And it is over. They have stopped the fight. They have stopped the fight. It is over. Canelo gets the knockout win.
He's too good. You know, that's 3 fighters I've had in there with him now, and he just keeps beating. Like, he may be unbeatable. He may be unbeatable.
Earning the victory over Saunders now places him in possession of the WBO belt, alongside his current collection of prestige titles. But with his urge to make another dent in the history books, Canelo's need for that last super middleweight strap is unquestionably the answer he's been looking for, and to achieve it could possibly seal his legacy as the best Mexican fighter to ever grace the sport. Belonging to 21-0 boxer Caleb Plant, the IBF title is the last piece of the puzzle for Canelo. But with his fresh young talent carrying perfect momentum throughout the division, could it be a tougher night than expected?
Good body.
Oh! A body shot!
That's my goal, you know what I'm saying? I want to become the first undisputed super middleweight champion of all time. And so whoever's in the way of that, it doesn't matter. You line them up, I'll knock them down right here on Fox.
Like Canelo, Plant too has his own tricks up his sleeve, more than often following a similar pattern of defensive head movement and feints to set up his own punches.
It's sort of like a left uppercut feinter.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
An uppercut and then straight.
With precise and slick boxing, Caleb has managed to move swiftly through the ranks, picking off opposition with a fair amount of ease. But it was back in 2019 when he got his first real break, facing Uzcategui for a world title.
Got to rough up Caleb Plant to win the fight. And he's the new IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the world, Caleb Sweethead.
From there, he managed successfully to pull off 2 world title defenses against Mike Lee and Vincent Feigenbutz, before cruising through a third with Caleb Truax to a convincing unanimous decision.
You can see the eyes now closing on Truax. He's just getting beat up more and more. You see the punches landed.
He's a good fighter, you know. I think he needs more time to take on the likes of Canelo, you know. But he's a hell of a fighter.
Although Truax's fight doesn't exactly set him up in preparation for the magnitude of a Canelo fight, the opportunity to fight the Mexican comes around once every eclipse for most boxers, and while it's now currently knocking at the door for Plant, he'll no doubt reap the opportunity and seek his glory.
I absolutely beat Canelo in my hand race. Again, I truly believe that in my heart of hearts. I'm going to beat Canelo Alvarez, and I'm going to become the first undisputed super middleweight of all time.
I think a lot of people are still doubting him, which works to his advantage because me knowing him personally, you don't want to doubt Caleb Plant because you'll get surprised.
And, you know, the first half, I think Plant will be all right. But the second half is where he's going to, he's going to have.
Without a doubt, Plant is the more natural super middleweight at 6 feet 1 inches tall. But as Saul has proved time and time again, size is never an issue.
Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over.
Seeing that both men are on their own path, carrying a desire to become undisputed and reign the 168 division, makes for one heated affair. But with Plant being the big underdog, lacking the experience and level of resume to Canelo's, can we really see a new champion being crowned, or a relentless, unstoppable one move forward onto even bigger things? The physical attributes would clearly go to Plant on this one, but like previous opponents have shown, size doesn't outweigh the Mexican's outstanding 15-year pro career, facing the best, placing him at the top of the elite club.
Shot. Good left hand. And he's trying to be the bully, isn't he? Trying to push Golovkin back.
Do you see Plant giving him some fits?
Absolutely. I see Plant possibly even eking it out, depending on where it's at. You know, he's not going to hurt him, he's not going to stop him, he's going to outpoint him.
Keeping this in mind, Canelo's eyes have been elsewhere outside of the Plant fight recently, eyeing up a mouth-watering challenge against Russian powerhouse Artur Beterbiev.
It doesn't take much with this kind of power.
But failing to keep his eyes on one prize at a time could be a mistake. If Canelo decides to overlook the Tennessee fighter by the slightest, it could fall out of his favor and give Plant the edge he's looking for.
Caught him with a short right hook coming in.
But questions still remain around Caleb, as we're still yet to see if his chin can hold up to elite punching power, as well as a relentless opponent who has no off button.
Canelo wins 10 times out of 10.
Now a complete boxer, Canelo's gas tank issues are a thing of the past, as he's now become the perfect 12-round fighter who controls the pace at all times. Being open to opinion, the bout will most likely be seen as tailor-made for the Mexican. An easy night before he moves up to conquer another weight class. But make no mistake, this is boxing, and anything can happen.